everyone, welcome to JSP Ambience Luxury. My name is Jenny. I am the owner and creator of JSP Ambience Luxury. Welcome. If you're just joining me for the first time, welcome, and please like and subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about 4 things I didn't know about credit cards. So me as an immigrant coming to this country, I didn't have an idea what credit card was. So I came and, after some years, I was able to apply for credit card, and Capital One gave me. Bank of America rejected me and Capital One gave me. So I didn't know that you couldn't just use your credit card on anything. I didn't know that you couldn't just keep swiping and thinking it's your money. So one thing I didn't know about credit card was the interest rates. I didn't know about the interest rate. I was so happy that Capital One approved me of their credit card. So I was swiping and swiping and swiping my card, thinking it was free. Didn't know I have to pay. So I think I talked to somebody, a girlfriend of mine. She was like, oh, just make the minimum. And the minimum I think was like $50 as at that time. And I was making payments, making the minimum, and the money wasn't going down. I'm like, why am I making payments? What I'm owing is not going down. So somebody else had to educate me and said, you're only paying the minimum, which is the interest. You're not paying on the actual money that you're owing. And you have to stop using credit card because your interest rate is very, very high. You have to apply to another company that will give you a lower interest. So to make matter worse, I went and bought my car. Again, I didn't know what interest rate was. My interest rate was really, really high. My car was about $12,000. I started making payments. For a year, I was making payments. My car note wasn't going down. I had a male friend, my best friend. I called him. I said, why am I paying this amount of money? $350 every month, and my car note is not going down. He said, let me look at your bill. He looked at my statement. For the year, he said, Jane, you're only paying the interest. You're not paying on the principal. So he had to educate me on what principal was and what interest was. He said your interest rate was very, very high. And I didn't have any credit then. So that was why my interest rate was high. So he told me what to do. He said, when you make extra money, dump it in the on the interest. When you do your taxes, dump it on the principal. So that was what I was doing, and I was able to pay off my car in 2 years. So whenever you're getting a credit card, make sure you read and understand what interest rate is, because a lot of us don't understand. Did you understand? So make sure you don't just be taking credit card from people, from companies, because they offer you credit cards. Don't just take. Make sure the interest rate is very, very high, so you won't be a victim like me. So number 2 is credit card is not your private property. Credit card is just a tool. Let me say that again. Credit cards are not your personal property. They are just a tool, or they are just tools to use when need be. So you can, because they gave you a credit card, does not mean you can go and be swiping and be using it to be buying whatever you want to buy. It's just a tool in case you have an emergency, in case your car broke down and you needed to fix your car right there and there. Because like me, my car broke down about 2 months ago, and the amount they were calling, I knew I didn't have the cash to pay them right away. I took it to the mechanic and I used my credit card and I swiped, and I know if I make 2 payments, I'm going to be able to finish paying it. So that's what credit card is. It's supposed to be a tool that that you have the money. You use your credit card so you can rack up the points and you pay it off. Sometimes I use my credit card to pay my bills. When I pay my bills 2 days later, I take the money, the cash that I'm supposed to use to pay my bills, I put it on my credit card to pay off my credit card. That's how I'm able to get some miles. That's how I'm able to get some points if I want to travel, if I want cash back, or if I want to use it on Amazon. So that's what I do. I already have the money and I use the credit card to pay my bill. Then 2 days later, I pay my credit card. So it's a tool for you to use, but you just have to know how to use the system and get the best out of your credit card. It's not, your credit card is not for you to be swiping, buying shoes, buying handbags, buying unnecessary things. Their credit, I was talking with my son the other day. He said that on TikTok there are things they are talking about credit card, how people are going into debt due to credit cards. So you don't use credit card to pay bills and you don't have the cash somewhere to pay off that credit card. That's number two thing. I didn't know that credit card is supposed to be a tool and not my private property. So number three is drum roll. Let me drink my hot water because this basement is cold. Number three is co-signing on loans for people, co-signing cars for people, co-signing houses for people, co-signing apartments for people. I will never, ever, ever, ever co-sign anything for anybody. I will never sign off anything for anybody anymore. I did that 2 times and it was by God's grace. I almost went down because of it. My credit was almost spoiled because of it. I will never do that for anybody. Somebody came and was begging me, Jane, please help me co-sign this car. Jane, please help me co-sign this car. I co-signed. 2 weeks later, the person drunk driving had an accident and the car was totaled. The car was gone. I said, okay, what else could happen? I said, I'm not going to do it again. But again, the person came and persuaded me, came rolling on the ground, even came with his son. I was begging me, please, Jane, I have changed. I'm a born again. I'm a Christian now. Please, I have forsaken everything. Please help me. You can't want life more than they want it themselves. I was naive. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know I was going to buy my house, and I didn't know they're going to factor in my credit. I didn't know they're going to factor in the car that I signed for somebody. So that was, my interest rate was high before I bought my house. But thank God, the person, after 6 months, the person again got into accident, drunk driving. This time he wasn't drunk driving. This time he ran away from the scene. Helicopter was looking for him. Police was in my apartment looking for him. I said, I don't know where he is. Finally, they found him. And long story short, I told insurance, and everything was taken care of. That's a life I will never want to relive again. That's something that I don't wish that on my worst enemy, because you're trying to help people, you're trying to see the best in everybody, but some people don't see the best in themselves. You're trying to help people, but they're not even trying to help themselves. I will never ever co-sign on any property for anybody. Even my children, when they wanted to buy their car, I said, we're going to save money to buy cash. We're going to scramble somewhere and get money to pay cash. I will never co-sign on any loan for somebody. That was what happened to one of my girlfriends. It happened to her. Her own girlfriend came and was, please, I need $3,000. Can you take me to your credit union? Please, please. She took her girlfriend to credit union. She co-signed on credit card, $3,000 credit card for her. Once the credit card came, the lady went shopping, changed her phone number, wouldn't pay back the $3,000, moved from the apartment where she was. So that my friend couldn't locate her no more. Now credit card, keep calling, and she's in the system. She's paying off credit card that she helped co-sign for somebody. Why is she doing it? Because she doesn't want her own credit to be messed up. So be careful when people say, can you help me co-sign this loan? Can you help me co-sign this house? Can you help me co-sign this? No, I'm not going to help anybody co-sign anything anymore. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. Number 4, because I don't want this video to be long. Number 4 reason, or number 4 thing I wasn't told about credit cards and money is borrowing money to people. You see how I said I would never consign loan for anybody? That's how I will not, let me not say I will never. I will not borrow people money anymore. Right now, my mindset right now, I will not borrow people any money right now, because what some people do is they spoil that relationship. They spoil that trust that you have on them, that you have in them. You see, one thing I've understood, one thing I've learned about people is, before they come to you to ask for money, they already have it at the back of their mind that they're not going to pay you back. They already know they're not going to pay you back. They're just coming to get that money away, get that money from you, and they'll be on the hill. They'll be running. They'll be away from you. I remember somebody calling me. I haven't seen this person the past 5-6 years. Out of the blue, the person called me. Oh, Jen, how are you? I said, good. What's up? Whoa, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you. I haven't heard from you. Yeah, I'm doing good. And she says, hello, hold on. She's on the phone, at her job. I said, are you at work? She said, yes. I said, okay, what's up? Why are you calling? She said, oh, I'm at work right now, but I was thinking about something. I needed $100, and I was thinking, who can borrow $100 to me? And your name came to my mind, so I'm asking if you could borrow me $100. I said, oh no, I don't have it to borrow you. I said, no, I don't have $100 to borrow. I haven't seen you in 5-6 years. All of a sudden, you haven't talked to me in 5-6 years. All of a sudden, my name came to your mind and you decided to call me to borrow money to you. I said, no. I said, I have 2 water bills to pay, 2 mortgages to pay, 2 electric bills to pay, 2 insurances to pay. I said, my life is double. And you just by yourself. And you at work. I said, why don't you ask your manager or the owner of your job? Why don't you ask them for advance payment? She was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want them to look down on me. I said, oh no, it's better they look down on you at your job than me, because I don't have it. And I hung up the phone. It breaks relationship when you borrow money to people, because they know they're not going to pay you back. I just don't know how best to put it. If you want to have your sanity, if you want to keep your money in your pocket, don't borrow money to people, because you see the best in people. You want to help people. When you're trying to help them, they can't even help themselves. They are not even willing to help themselves. So it's only God that sees the best in people. Let people be who they are. And if you don't want to borrow, if you don't want to spoil your relationship with them, if somebody comes to you and says, her problem, she needs $1 million. If you have 5 cents to help them, just give them 5 cents and bless them in the name of the Lord. Or better still, cook food and give them, let them eat, so they can get energy to go somewhere else and ask for money. Because once you help them, I don't care if it's 1 penny, if it's a penny or $2 or $10, once you give them that money, they are gone. They will disappear. They will never pay you that money. They will not pay you that, because they already have it at the back of their mind. They are not going to pay you. I remember borrowing money to somebody, and he said, I'm going to pay you back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned to 3 months. And when I asked him, what is my money? Oh, I thought we're in this together. I said, I'm not in anything together. I made you sign signature. I made you write a promissory note. And again, listen, because you signed a promissory note, or because they signed a promissory note, does not guarantee they're going to pay you your money. It does not guarantee they're going to pay you your money. This is what I wasn't told. I want to help people. I want to, but I don't know. It just gets on me when you lend money to people. They refuse to pay you back. They think you have it kept somewhere for their needs and their wants. Meanwhile, these are people who will take money and take $1,000, go buy Nike shoes or buy Louis Vuitton handbag. But you know how you're managing your stuff. You know how you're managing your finances. You know how you're managing your money. So they think you have it. No, it's not that you have it. It's just that you are crafty. You know how to manage your finances. So it looks like that you have it kept somewhere. It just, you know how to manage it. So everybody thinks that you have it kept. When they are going to the club, you don't go to the club. You sit down. When they are partying, you don't go party with them. That's how you manage your money. So when you borrow the money, they think you have it to, to give them. I don't borrow people money anymore. If your problem is $10 problem, I'll give you a penny to help you out. And if I want to give you that money, I think somebody said, don't borrow people money that you're not willing to lose. That's the whole crux of it. Do not give people money that you're not willing to lose. And when you borrow money to them, just count it that money is gone. That money is gone. It just, when I talk about stuff like this, I talk about them with passion because I have been burned so many times. So many times. It's just unfortunate that you're trying to help people, You're trying to help people. Somebody's car got broken down, was broken, and the person couldn't fix his car and help out, and I will pay you in 2 weeks, and the person was nowhere to be found. And these are the same people that demand respect and honor and respect me and respect me when they know they can't pay you your money back. It's just unfortunate. So these are 4 things that I didn't know about money and credit cards. And another thing I will say before I close or before I round up is, let's teach our children about credit cards and money. Let's not just assume that our children know about credit card and money. Let's teach them. Because I met a girl, we were talking, and she's only 20 years old, just starting life. You know how many credit cards she has? She has 7 credit cards. She has about $21,000 in debt. This is a girl who is living with her mom, who is living with her dad. And the parents don't know that she has such amount of debt. My question to her was, what did you use these credit cards to buy? She said, Miss Jane, I use them to shop online. I use them to Uber Eats. I use them to go on Fashion Nova. I use them to go on Shein. There is nothing tangible that she used her 7 credit cards to buy. That's a shame. That's a shame. So let's teach our children money management because it will help them in life. Let's teach them that every credit card company that writes you, you don't have to reply them. You don't have to sign up. Because when you sign up, when your credit goes down. Once they approve you, your credit goes down. 2, you're still living with your parents. You're still starting life. You're starting life. So you don't even know. Probably you are in school. Why you're starting on a rocky ground as young as you are. Let's teach our children money management. That way, their lives will be easier and better than what we have. Until we meet again, remember that we have our website running, jspambianceluxury.com. We have our soaps and we have our candle, and you can also visit us at 6719 Reisterstown Road, Baltimore, Maryland 21215. We have so many goodies, and I have a beauty supply also. It would be nice to see you. Until we meet again, keep being creative and make sure you take care of your credit cards and your money, and don't borrow anybody money that you're not willing to lose.